has moved up. She's growing. A little discomfort, but you only can grow in it, right? So let's do it. Let's make the discomfort comfortable and then go from there. My feet aren't used to the clips. They're they hurt. Life is full of unknowns. Life is an unknown. And it's not until you take a chance on yourself that you truly see who you are and you truly see what you can accomplish. And that is what I'm doing through cycling. I'm going to have more grace for myself, and as you should for yourself. When you're first starting something out, have a little grace and know that regardless of the outcome, when you complete it, you have a baseline. And with that baseline, you can start building what you want your life to look like and be. What's on, guys? So I'm watching BPN, The Surrender documentary. It's about their last man standing. It's pretty good. Don't know if I'm going to finish it all tonight. I think I'm just going to relax, probably get a little laughs in with Jersey Shore, and probably finish this tomorrow. But right now, I know you guys saw last episode, I went and got my bike fit. It was awesome, it was amazing. And right now, we're getting ready for our first ride after that bike fit. So right now we got water, just water in here. And then we're gonna have our G1M Sport with G1M Sport Plus with our G1M Sport. We're gonna mix those together, and we're gonna mix some electrolytes in there, just a little bit more. And this one is straight electrolytes. Because it gets so hot in Texas, I do not want to have no electrolytes in me because I sweat a lot when it gets hotter. So I just wanted to make sure I have all that. So to really make sure I have all that, I have 2 more of these. This is Body Armor IV Sport, and these are their electrolyte drinks. So these definitely do help me. And then I also have Go Gels for more carbohydrates. And I also have the electrolyte fruit blend pouches that I've shown you guys, which also gives me carbs. And then also I have applesauce that gives me carbs, and pretzels. So I don't know, we haven't really been eating the pretzels, but we'll see. We might eat the pretzels tomorrow since we're doing 90 miles, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, this is my first bike ride with the clip-ins and the new bike fit. Yesterday I did, which is last week for you guys, but yesterday I did a couple of rounds around the shop, and it felt good. The bike felt good. The fit felt good. It felt right for my body. I didn't feel like I was hunching over too much this time, which was really nice. So he raised it up a little bit more. He adjusted it right, which I felt in my head. I felt like that needed to be raised. Had no idea that my saddle needed to be adjusted. It was way too far back. He pushed it up. Oh my goodness, the difference that it made. I felt like I could push myself better. So I'm just super excited for this ride tomorrow. But I'm gonna get this done, get this finished, because I need to get to bed so I can wake up in the morning. And so I'm also gonna put my legs in the thing for 30 minutes, which might make me fall asleep before I go to bed, but that's fine. Just wake up, take them off, unplug them. I'll probably just leave them there, because as soon as I get back from my bike ride and take a shower, I'm going right back in them. So no need to pack them up, just leave them out. And then, yeah, we've already gotten ready for bed. We've washed our face, and we are gonna drink more water, and then we're just gonna relax and go to bed, say goodnight to moms, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna finish this up, and I'll see you guys in the parking lot, being ready to clip in, because I've learned how to clip in and clip out. Hey, your girl has moved up. She's growing. A little discomfort, but you only can grow in it, right? So let's do it. Let's make the discomfort comfortable, and then go from there. So I don't know what is after clip-ins, but I'm just excited to just ride and have a good time. Oh yeah, my glasses are in the car already. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. What's going on? I am 81 miles in, and I got 9 miles left. Honestly, for me, I feel like I am going faster in certain areas. I did take a lot of breaks because my feet aren't used to the clips. They're they hurt. So I've been taking
quite a few breaks, and I'm not sure if it's like the shoe is like slightly, you guys let me know. The shoe is slightly bigger than my foot, and I feel like it should be perfectly fitted maybe. So I'm not sure, but yeah, the shoe that they gave me is a little bit bigger than my foot. So I'm not sure if it's the shoe or it's just me like being new to clip-in shoes. It might be both, I don't know. Feel like I need to ride one more time outside to see if it's me or the shoe, or just kind of walk around in them to see. So, because that'll also tell me if the tightness is it, or if it's me pulling and my foot just not properly being in there. So, yeah, we'll see. But so far, I'm feeling good. My legs still feel good. I have the energy. So if I had to do another 10 miles after my 90, I know I could do it. So we're not within our time. We're at 7 hours now. So, I mean, if you take out the breaks, then yes, I'm below the 7-hour mark at this time, because I've basically taken 30 minutes. But even with that being said, I wouldn't finish the whole thing in 7 hours. So still got some work to do, still have some time. But now that I have these clip-ins, I feel like I'm going faster. The ride doesn't feel as long. Like to get to 90, it didn't feel long at all. So yeah, we're doing good. We're almost done. So I'll see you guys back at the house after I take a shower and I'm strapped up in the things, and we'll kind of debrief, that's the word, debrief this ride. All right, see you there.
This is crazy, but I'm looking back over the footage. Excuse me, good Lord. I'm looking back over the footage of my 90-mile bike ride after I got my bike fit, and it's kind of weird looking because I'm like 2 weeks removed from it, and so it's kind of weird to look at it and see it and be like, holy crap, I've come a long way already in the 2 weeks, because last week I did 100 miles indoors, and like that week I did 90, and I was like, if I can do 100 miles indoors and like stay consistent with it and have that endurance ride, and because I knew I was gonna get to 90 again, but I said like I'll give myself like a 4-hour limit, and I got to the 100 miles in 3 hours and 55 minutes indoors. Obviously outdoors is still a little bit of work. I looked up how long it would typically take a person who is, you know, a beginner for cycling in my first year, and they said typically it takes 7 to 8 hours. So I'm right around the mark of normality, right? And even the person that was doing my bike fit, he was like, "Oh, where you're at a good pace. Like you're good. And with the clip-ins, you'll go faster. It's just going to take time for your feet to get used to it, for your body to get used to it, but you'll start going faster and you'll feel the difference." And so like today will be my second time riding on them, and then like I'll do it again next week. But today is more of a heat outdoors for 2 to 3 hours to test it out and see, and then next week will be a longer bike ride to stick to the probably, I don't know, I probably will do 90 miles again because my legs have had rest. This week is not going to be as hard or as long, so next week I'll probably do another 90 miles, and then the next week will be, I think the next week will be the last week of September and the beginning of October, so then we'll probably do 80, and then like during peak week, which will be, I want to say the second week of October, most likely, I'll probably do 100, and then we'll start deloading slowly from there. And like I said, looking back at the footage of me riding then, and the fact that, I got the ride done. I had started, I think 7 o'clock in the morning, and I finished around 2 something that afternoon. And typically, sounds crazy, but my mom will call me to see where I'm at every now and then. And typically when she calls me the second time, I'm like, oh, I'm around like 50 miles or whatever. And I don't know if maybe she waited longer for her to, figure out where I was. But when she called me that day, the second time, she was like, oh, where are you at? And I was like, oh, I'm at 9. I told her, I was like, oh, yeah, I was like, I've been riding for like 7 hours or whatever. And she goes like, how much longer do you have? And I was like, oh, no, I'm done. Like, I did my 90 miles. And she's like, oh, that's good, And so it really surprised me that by the time she called me again, that I was done. And then just kind of looking back at myself and seeing how far I've come from March, because that's when I got my bike. And it's, September? And I think for myself, I have these unrealistic expectations that I should be better. But it hasn't even been a year yet. Like, I haven't had this bike for a year, and I'm like at like this wanting to be so much better than I am right now. And realizing that while I'm sitting here saying it, right, like, oh, like I got my bike in March. It's September. Like, let's be honest. You got April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months. I've had this bike for 6 months, and I'm figuring out how to ride it, how to get faster, how to do better. And I am so pissed at myself because for 6 months, I feel like I've not moved, but yeah, I have moved. I've come such a long way from the beginning to be able to simply do 80 miles, to simply go from, in March, May, June time, like 60 miles being so much, and now 60 miles being so easy. Like, I'm still retraining my brain to be like, it's going to be a uphill battle. It's going to be one step at a time. And like a lot of you may be thinking, like, you played basketball. I did. And I truly believe the reason that the majority of people who start basketball when they are young and like don't do it at like, or don't end up doing it as professional, like majority of us don't, is because we don't remember the challenges that it took to get to that point that we were at. When you start basketball young, you don't remember that you sucked at one point. You just remember like, oh, I'm good at this, and people telling you you're good all the time and stuff like that. And what I realized is challenges are a part of your success, because in the challenge you realize who you are. And so the people who start different sports like basketball, football, soccer later on in life, they remember how hard it was to get to the point they were at once they got to high school, and then from high school to college, and from college to the professional leagues. They remember the challenges it took to get better and better and better. And therefore, with those challenges, it just brings a new confidence in yourself. And in a lot of ways, basketball still did it for me. Like, it becomes a part of you, because through this one thing you can challenge yourself and you can make yourself a better person. And because of that, you want to continue it on. You want to continue doing it. And I'm realizing that is what cycling is becoming for me. Like, I really like it. I really love it because of the challenges. And because the challenges have challenged me in a physical way differently, it's making me want to challenge myself in every other aspect of my life. Like, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so that's what I've been doing with this. It's like, if I can do this over here, then I can definitely go and be like, oh, I'm going to go try this and do this. Like, oh, my emotions are at this point. Well, let me try to understand why I feel this way a little bit more and heal myself a little bit more, or spiritually. Oh, God, you're leading me in this direction. That's a little bit of an unknown. That's a little bit of a discomfort. Should I go in that direction? Yes. So what do? I go in that direction. I'm starting to step into new things just because of this one thing that has shown me who I am and who I can be. And so I urge people to step out of your comfort zone, to try new things, to do things that scare you. You know, you never know where some of those things might lead. And life is full of unknowns. Life is an unknown. And it's not until you take a chance on yourself that you truly see who you are and you truly see what you can accomplish. And that is what I'm doing through cycling. I'm going to have more grace for myself, and as you should for yourself. When you're first starting something out, have a little grace and know that regardless of the outcome, when you complete it, you have a baseline. And with that baseline, you can start building what you want your life to look like and be. So you guys, I thank you guys for watching. It's really about the bike ride after after the bike fit. And so next week will be more of a different training. I am doing heat training next week, or what you're gonna see next week for you guys, this week for me, where I'm gonna be going out a little bit later than usual, and I'm going to be adapting to the heat, and I'm gonna be in 90-degree heat today. So that should be fun. But yeah, come back next week for a little heat training and then a little just of reset and establishing a new routine to help me have a better recovery day, so that I'm not as much on my feet on my recovery day and I can relax a little bit more and enjoy time off my legs to have them recuperate hopefully a little bit better, so that when Monday comes, I'm ready to hit the weights and then hit the bike rides like I've been doing, just with a little bit more energy and a little bit more strength and effort in my legs that I need. But all right, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. You guys have an amazing day, and remember to continue to connect differently. See you next week. Peace. My shoes, or if it was just me kind of in that transition period of moving from, you know, not being clipped in to clipped in. So we'll see where we are there.